I found this here to be somewhat interesting, whether it's true or not. The report is Harry went missing in Africa for 3 days to visit some friend of the family, someone who he looks up to, or something like that. And it got me thinking that it might be good for Harry to just get away from everything, shut the phones off for 3 days, and think about things. But let's hear the report. Obviously, there's Dan Wooten, who doesn't like Meghan and Harry so much, so I check him out once in a while.
Breaking today, growing fears for Prince Harry after he went missing in Africa for 3 days, completely out of contact with his wife, Meghan Markle, and children in order to spend time with this woman, TJ Evans, who is described as a mother-like figure. Now, this is a truly bizarre story. It has been linked to the Sussex's new Omid Scobie figure, Charlotte Griffiths, who's trying to say that this is also brilliant. But of course, it flies in the face of everything that Harry has said previously about his need to keep in constant contact with Meghan, constant contact with the kids. And we know that this is the guy, let's be honest, in the midst of one heck of a breakdown. We're going to get analysis from Brittany, editor of the Royal News Network, in just one moment, plus all of the other major royal stories of the day. But first, let's get into this story broken by the Mail on Sunday in a very bizarre way yesterday. Prince Harry went off grid.
All right, so that's the beginning. That's the gist of it. Just on the surface, it's probably not a bad idea, and I gotta agree with Dan that Harry's probably going through something. There's a lot going on with him right now. Netflix canceled him, or they're pretty much done with the relationship. His father's getting older. He lost his security case in the UK.
And was uncontactable during secret 3-day visit to Botswana. The newspaper reported, and this is Charlotte Griffiths, remember. After completing his work with landmine clearing Halo Trust charity in Angola, he is believed to have traveled to the neighboring country of Botswana last weekend. There, he is thought to have met with a mother figure in his life who lives in Southern Africa, called Tanya T.J. Jenkins. He calls her mom. She and her husband, Mike Holding, played a pivotal role in Harry's life for many years before he met Meghan. They were so important to him that he flew his future wife to introduce her to them within a month of meeting her in 2016. It is unusual for the Duke to spend so long away from the family home in Montecito, California without Meghan. Trips abroad without her usually involve a tight turnaround, with Harry jetting home after just 2 or 3 days. So, Brittany, this incredibly weird piece was actually buried in a lot of other new exclusive information that Charlotte Griffiths is pushing out there for Prince Harry, which we will come to. But to me, this is by far the biggest story. Harry's gone completely off grid.
Okay, so if that whole thing's true about him introducing Meghan to them in the first month, I guess that says a lot. And not like just introducing them like, hey, I want you to meet these people who live like an hour away or something. They were in Africa, which is quite the trip from Britain.
No one knows where he is for 3 days, uncontactable on the phone, uncontactable by Meghan, not speaking to his children, who he usually claims that he's in contact with. What the hell about the security implications, given that this is a man who says that he's unsafe in the United Kingdom? And of course, Brittany, it comes so soon after all of the rumors about Harry suffering this breakdown or meltdown, or however you want to portray it. Clearly, this is not a well man.
No. And I think in many ways too, Dan, you could see this as an extension of the crisis going on in Harry's life and how he's trying to sort of build bridges back to his old life pre-Meghan. So you have the attempts to have a secret peace summit, and this particular trip to Angola and then Botswana, he's, walking in his mother's footsteps, and then he's going and spending time with people who he considers to be an extended part of his family without contacting his wife and kids. And you have, in addition to that, the collapse of the Netflix deal. Harry, I think, is just absolutely floundering. He has no clue what's going on, no clue what to do. He desperately wants to be royal again, but he has to align with what Meghan wants. And I think he's just feeling pulled in multiple different directions and has no clue where to go. And I think sometimes, probably for him, like the best thing he can do with Meghan is just not speak to her for a couple of days, just check out. And this is definitely a departure from their previous behavior, which has almost seemed very sort of mother son in some ways, and very like too connected, like they constantly have to be in.
Right. I don't think that's enough. I don't think not speaking to Meghan for like 3 days or 4 days or a week or a month or a year even is enough. I think he needs to completely get rid of her. Got to bite the bullet. Obviously, she's going to get some money. And to be honest, if they've got kids together, well, let's assume they've got their own kids together and things. I guess she should get some money. I'd say bite the bullet and just get rid of Meghan totally. Whatever money she gets. That's it. But then she'll be gone.
Contact with each other, constantly have to be touching. It's a little odd. So this is definitely a departure, and you could see it reflected as a potential breakdown in their dynamic for sure.
Totally. And we know he's done. I mean, we know he's done. He can't cope with her, especially at the moment. I mean, look at this as how a source tried to justify it, Brittany. This time, he took some more time and space and made the trip into a week-long visit to reconnect with old friends and get some headspace away from his phones and emails. He went off comms for 2 days or so. It was a good moment for Harry to take some time away from everything, enjoying total peace of mind and being somewhere so remote that he couldn't get emails or texts or calls. Well, Brittany, I call bullshit on that, because if you're Prince Harry and you're traveling around the world, you can always get calls and emails, even in remote Africa now. There's loads of ways to do so with satellite phones and that type of thing. So I do not believe that for a single second. I think this was a choice that he made. And of course, it's a choice that he has made coming off the back of what has been arguably the most stressful week for Meghan in recent months, after news of the Netflix deal falling apart was leaked.
All right, I'm going to leave it there because Dan's video here is like 30 minutes or something. But I just wanted to get some opinions, what you think about Harry possibly taking some kind of a time off from Meghan and the kids. And about the satellite and contacts, Dan makes a point. There are ways to stay in contact, but it cuts off certain ways. You're not going to have your local network. Probably she can't see where he is on a GPS or something. Yeah, you might have satellite, but you could just say something like, honey, I was out of the area of connection or whatever. And it would make more sense than if you went like down the block to the supermarket, you couldn't say that. Or even like if you went to England, the UK, in London, you couldn't really say that. But like, in the countryside in Africa, you could get away with it a little bit. And I'm going to guess Meghan doesn't understand this technology so much anyway. I talked too much. Done here for now. All right. I said too much. Let me know what you think. I think I said that twice, but sometimes the ending of videos doesn't come out exactly as you planned, and you got to finish the video because you got other things to do. Yeah. See you next time.